That's
when
right.
he needs
because
it.
this is a place you can run wide open.
Yeah.
But they're having to do that to monitor and modulate that temperature.
Kurt Busch bullying it up through the middle.
Goodness. I mean, Kurt Busch pulled out of the bottom lane, went to the middle, and said, "To heck with this. Let's go make it happen."
See how that car's
And
moving
there he
around?
spins,
There
and
he
we got
goes.
trouble. Trevor Bayne into the wall. Kurt Busch trying to save it.
And you see these guys spinning behind is because they check up and somebody else doesn't check up. But everyone else has been hit.
That's Bobby Labonte in the 47 who went for a ride.
I told you, when you get in the middle of things,
They waddle like Porky Pig over there. That's exactly what that thing did.
okay, here he is off of Ford. Then all of a sudden, you'll see he just jumps in the middle. Now, when you watch him when he goes into 1 and 2, and watch how the car starts to float. And that's a problem with these things. When you get there, you're okay right here. But when you get in the corner, all of a sudden, you lose a lot of downforce on these cars. Not to mention, I mean, he got right in the middle of those guys, and he just lost the front of the car. It slid up, and he caught Trevor Bayne.
We're lucky it wasn't bigger than what it was, because he's right in the middle of the group.
And watch this. That hole kind of closes up between the 43 and the 21. He snatches it.
Yeah, and he turned off the 21, and that's what got him sideways.
Yes. As you watch it from this angle, you can see the 51 of Kurt Busch. He comes in, and we're going around this way, but you can't see. You see the thing already sideways. He goes up. They're really lucky that all these guys back here didn't get more into it. You see the 42 clip the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Denny did a great job.
Yeah, there wasn't any room to go 3 wide in that spot right there. That was pushing your luck. But those guys behind did an excellent job. Was that Denny Hamlin down there?
Yeah. The 11
he did a really nice
reminded me
job.
of Kyle Busch in the Bud Shootout, his teammate. It's right on board with Trevor Bayne here.
Yeah, this is a great shot. Watch the 51. He gets down underneath him. Actually got Trevor a little bit loose.
Yeah.
He is scored right now in the 14th position.
Who was that got loose? Man, he was the 3rd car in that outside lane.
Casey Kane, maybe?
That thing got a big wiggle. Was that Tony's? No, that was Casey Kane. You're right. Yeah.
Ambrose doing a nice job hanging at the front.
Hey, guys, I think you may see some drivers stretch it a little further on this run right here. Even though we're within the fuel window, I think
we got trouble, Larry.
Coming to the tri-oval. A number of cars involved. Still spinning. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon on the grass, Regan Smith, Michael Waltrip back up through the groove, and there's Bill Elliott as well.
Yeah, and Jeff Gordon and those guys were up in the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions. So this thing, obviously, it may have started back a little bit, but it carried its way all the way to the front.
Jimmy Johnson completed 1 lap in the 500.
And
better in that category tonight, but similar situation to what we saw then.
Yeah, Jimmy got turned into the outside wall and hit head-on in the 500, and here he's got turned into the inside wall coming out of turn 4 here, and it's a softer, it's a soft wall, it's a softer barrier, so that's a plus, but still, that was a hard hit. See, the 24 car is 3rd in line right here, but you see him slowing down to come in pit road. Now he slows down.
Yeah, Johnson got tagged.
Is it Martin Truex Jr. maybe?
I couldn't tell, but he got tagged. Early, though. I mean,
look at the 24 right here. The 24 is coming down pit road and gets wrecked. They run into him from the back right there. And you see these guys already on pit road. So it's really going to be interesting to see when the light comes on.
Watch how hard Jimmy Johnson hits this inside wall. I'm telling you what, those soft walls or whatever you want to call them, those things are incredible.
And we've not always had safer barrier on the inside.
I've hit walls on the inside when they weren't there. I'll tell you what, it's a shot.
Watch his tires. Wow,
when it ticks up the rear wheels off the ground, that's a hit.
Jimmy Johnson, 3 restrictor plate races this year, and it appears he will get his 3rd DNF here tonight.
Let's see how violent it is when you hit a wall at Daytona at a $150. And he's already talking about pitting right here.
See, he gets hit.
Watch his hands. Yeah, he rode it all the way in the wall.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Who's the idiot?
On board here with Greg Biffle.
Now watch Chef Gordon, like Kyle was saying. Gordon's just, is that Gordon there? Minding his own business?
Minding his own business.
Boom, and he gets nailed by Bill Elliott.
Just minding his own business. Third place car. Third place car coming down pit road and gets taken out. That's when your luck is bad.
Yeah, that's
when your luck is bad.
And he's had it all year.
Look at the green light. We're still under green. See when the caution comes out. Yeah, now, there you go. You see the start-finish line. There it is right there.
You see the light on the left is the light we have to look for.
Yeah.
The flashing red light
here.
right here. This is the light we have to look for, is the flashing red light.
If you're going to be successful at plate race, you got to multitask.
Look at that.
Here they come again. That
it.
is big-time power.
That's huge.
Kenseth on the outside, getting a push from Biffle. They're trying to go back to the race lead as they come off the corner.
And you saw Tony try to ease up there and get up next to that 16 and break that side draft a little bit, but it's almost like he waited too long to make that move to get up there.
Yeah, and if they clear Tony, it's going to be over.
That was a good move by Tony.
Wow, who was that?
Denny Hamlin out of shape. Here's the big one. A number of drivers involved as they come down toward turn one.
Hold your brake. Oh, wow, that was a ton.
This is big.
Man, was that Ambrose? Somebody hit a ton up there.
That was big. Biffle got hit a little bit and got sent back across the racetrack into the 11 car, I think is what we'll see.
Trevor Bayne, one of the drivers involved.
And the second wreck of the night for him.
Window net going
He's got caught
down.
in 2 of them.
That's a sign to safety workers that he is okay.
Wow.
Get out your pencil, because there's going to be a long list of competitors that had their night come to an end on this one.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Hamlin just gets a big run. Got tapped. Did he get tapped by the 5?
It was close.
It's hard to say from that angle. It almost looks like he gets the 9. Look at the 9 car go back up the racetrack. Oh.
Yeah,
David
hard side
Gilliland,
impact.
Dave Blaney, Martin Truex Jr. Saw Hamlin was involved. The damage for Kyle Busch, Juan Pablo Montoya.
And that's one thing, too, when these cars don't change direction very good. I think he went to turn to the left. It almost looked like Biffle maybe went down a little bit, but regardless, when you turn these cars as hard like that to avoid something, it's hard to keep them straight.
Yeah, it almost looked like I couldn't tell where the 5 car was, but it's like Denny came down across the hood, and the 11 and the 18 really looked like they got together more so than the 5 car involved. That 9 car took a tough hit, and all these guys had no place to go because they're going. Some cars are going up the racetrack wrecking, some cars are coming down. Look at Denny right there. He changes lanes, and he just barely clips the 18 and gets knocked into the 16. It almost looks like it's almost like a pinball kind of thing.
Trevor Bayne took a pretty good shot, too.
Yes,
he actually took 2 of them.
Casey Mears, another name that was involved that I don't think we've mentioned yet.
You know, it almost looked like the 11 had such a run on the 16. He came up on him so fast, he went to turn left, and when he turned left, that's when he lost control of it.
Yeah,
watch what kind of run he has.
Watch the 11. You don't see the 5 car, so the 11. See, they hook right there.
Yeah.
That was a great angle.
Yeah, that
they
was the angle that told the story.
Casey had nothing to do with that. It says 11 changed lanes, the 18 was there, and they just barely hooked.
And Denny had a run.
Denny had a run. He was coming.
Matt Kenseth on the inside lane. He's led 88 laps tonight. And Greg Biffle right behind him. 4 last lap passes for the win in the last 11 races here at Daytona. We'll see if we get one. Tony Stewart, no stranger to success at this track. He's won 3 of the last 7 summer races. Pace car is off. We're going green, and we're going to settle it at the World Center of Racing. Kasey Kahne giving a nice push to Tony Stewart in that outside lane.
This is Hendrick against Roush right here.
Yes, it is.
Ford and Chevy.
Got the RCR guys behind him. That's Burton and Harvick hooked up right behind the Roush guys on the inside lane.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they drop to the outside and make it 3 wide.
Yeah, and 2 to go. Nobody's looking at a single gauge in these cars.
No.
Man, nice run down the back straightaway on the inside for those Roush guys.
And that yellow helped a lot.
Yes.
With the 3 laps to go. They got the temperatures down.
So here's your tandem racing for everybody at home right now. This is what it was last year.
Coming down through the tri-oval. Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end it, whether it's the caution or the checker. And side by side with a lap to go at Daytona.
And these guys are going to run. They're going to be leaning on each other going down the backstretch.
Oh, my God.
We got somebody sideways. Wow, Burton did an unbelievable job saving that race car.
Amazing save by Jeff Burton.
Now we got the 14 out there all by himself, but he got a big push to get away from those guys.
Tony Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth. And Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be... They're
stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
for the final time. Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow Smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
Great finish.
From 42nd to the win.
Great move by Jeff Burton right there. I tell you,
That was a
great race by Jeff Burton. I'm telling you, incredible save and incredible job to put him in position. And you know, Matt's just where he's got to be. But Casey Kane deserves a lot of credit for that too, pushing that 14 and getting him in the right position.
Did you see the water spitting out of that thing, man? I mean, he sacrificed his engine right there.
Everybody got their money's worth tonight.
Now watch the 14 car. Gets a huge shot here.
Watch his 17 go in the corner. He takes 2 handfuls. This thing goes down. You see him right there.
He's got the 16 is leaning on him.
Leaning on him, just leaning. And when they separate, that 14 car had just enough go to get around him, clear him, and pull over in front of him and block.
And like you said, the 5 car gave him such a shove in 1 and 2 right there.
And look at the 5 car coming. Because the 17 and 16 had to hook back up again. And then as we get down in here, these guys are right on him. 17 wants to go up. He goes up. The 16's right there. He just... It looked like Matt comes down and gets into the 16 and knocks him down.
How many times have you seen it at Daytona? Someone's coming to the checker flag, and they're everywhere, scattering in the tri-oval behind them.
I tell you, Harvick did a good job, too, because Earnhardt was in the back of Harvick, actually turned Harvick down on the apron and just about had it saved.
Yes. Earnhardt took a hard lick to the outside wall. He got turned to the outside. You see him right in the middle of the race.
So did
Back
Harvick.
into the outside again.
Yeah, Harvick took a shot, too. See the 29 go down?
Yes.
And then the 16 gets hit by the 17 and gets into Harvick.
Wow. It just closes up.
Was that Newman on the bottom? No, that was
Eric
Almirola.
Almirola.
He was just driving along, thought he had it missed.
Jamie McMurray, Kyle Busch, some of the other drivers involved. Travis Kvapil, there's Jeff Gordon driving through the grass.
Tell me about what happened to you in that big incident.
We were going into 3 and looked like I couldn't tell what was in front of Harvick, but looked like everybody was coming apart, and we come up on him real fast, and Harvick went to the inside of the 16, and the 16 either came down or got shoved down into the nose of Harvick's car, and I don't know, you see it right there, but I was getting shoved at the same time. I was lifting off of Harvick and getting shoved into him, and just turning left and got clipped by the 16 going by. It's pretty wild. You know, we're all running into each other. It was crazy at the end.
Marty?